This is a part of the tips and trick. I'll start with the loop control. You already know the statement break that will break from the loop in any case that you want. This is like when you meet the stopping criteria, when you want to terminate something from the loop. So you can use the statement break. But there is another thing that's very important. That is the statement continue. Like, so don't wanna do anything in that only that iteration. So for example, if you have the data like okay, you have the grades of the student like B plus, B plus, C plus, for example. For example, if these are the grades of our students and you want to change the values of plus, all plus grades must be changed to normal one. Change B plus to B, change C plus to C, and change D plus to D. What can we do with this question? So I'll start with the loop, like for I in range, length of grades. Yes, we will do with all of them. So I will use the continue keyword to show you. If length of grades I is 1, continue, do not think, do not think. So if not, if not, if not, grades I will be grades I, but remove the last characters. So let's test something. If S is S is B plus, S of from the start to not the end, remove the last character. This will be B. So the mechanism should be fine. Okay. So guys, print grades. That's all. Okay, so this will be the correct one. Okay. So we already changed the plus grade to normal one already. One thing that I would like to tell you, if you want to change the values of the list, you have to change by using grades I. But if you use this kind of loop, look at this. If you use for e in grades, and then you say that if length of I is 1, continue, and you store the new values to E like this. E is E, not the remove the last character of E, and then print grades, correct. This won't work. Look at this. Everything will be same. All elements are same. Why? Because for E in grades, it means that in each iteration, Python will copy these values into E. E is new variable. E is new variable. So in the first iteration, E is A. E is A. But if you change E to any new values, the original grades at index 0 will be same. It won't be changed because, like I told you, E is a new variable. E is new variable to store the first element of grades. In the next iteration, E is the new variable. Again, store the values of the next element. So if you change anything in E is like the new variable in this loop. It copy the values from this list, not the list itself. So you cannot change the values if you use this kind of loop. Okay. So another thing is you cannot change the number, or it's not a good way to change the number, or sorry, change the number of elements in the loop during the sorry, change the number of element of the list that you still working with in that loop. For example, you may think that you want to do something like, okay, I will remove the grade that is B plus C plus from the list. Okay, for our section, I think I didn't talk about the the keyword remove grades. We use the function the function pop, or the method pop, from the list to remove the element of the list. For example, if we have the grade like that, the grade still same, right? And you can use pop 0 or pop 1. It will remove the element at index 1 from the list. Look at this. Yes, the grades will be, can you see? That one is already removed. Okay. And you can use another one, remove, but remove the content of the list. The first occurrence of this data will be removed from the list. So the grades will be, the data is already here removed. So you have pop and you have removed. So guys, I'll show you this one. This is tips and trick. I will, okay. Okay, so this time I will change these values. For example, I will use the loop for I in range, length of grades. If, for example, in this case, I will remove the grade weight plus. So if length of grade I, if length of grade I is equal to 2, is equal to 2. So you may want to use like grades I, sorry, grades dot pop I. This is maybe in some version is allowed, but it's not a good way, because uh it means that once you pop this one out of the grades, the number of them is already changed. So you won't know uh, how can you index the next one. For example, you pop this one. If you pop this one out, if you pop this one out, it means that the number of elements will be decreased by 1, right? So this one is already popped, right? This one is already popped. So look at this. So like this. This is once you pop it out, once you pop it out, so the number of elements is reduced. You have to pop 3 of them, right? right? So it means that now in total, the number of elements will be changed to one, two, three, four, right? But in this condition, you have to work with all elements in the initial of the loop. You have to work with all elements, but um, in each iteration, in some iteration, the member of the loop is removed from the list. The member of the list is removed. So so the expected number of index I, expected number of index I, you still be able to use, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the first, in the initialization, you can use grade 6. You can use grade 6 because grade 6 you still use can be used, right? Grade 6 can be used because the number of elements is 7, right? So you can use grade 6. I is 6 can be used, but you remove it. You remove it from from this from this list, so it won't work like that. Okay, so this is will be index out of range, and when you remove this from the list, this one in the first stage, this one should be grade 3, right? Index number 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. But this is index number 3. But once you remove this one, the index of this element will be changed to 2. So when you execute grade 3, that you think that grade 3 is still this number, but it's not. It is this one. Okay, so it won't be correct. So this one is like if you want to change the member, the number of elements, number of members of the list in the loop, it will be very difficult. So please be careful. And for my opinion, don't don't change don't change the member of the list in the loop. Okay, okay. So that's all. That's all. That's all. So maybe you may think that, okay, how can we do it? How can we remove the uh, class grades from the list? The idea is quite simple. Create a new one and store it in the new list. Look at this. This is the best practice that you can do it. Answer is empty list. And if it is equal to 1, just answer dot append. Add this grade into answer. Okay, and then print answer. That's all. So if you want to change the original list, you can use grade is equal to answer and print grade. Okay, so this is very important tips and tricks. Okay, and I have another thing. Another thing. For example, we have data 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have data 2 is equal to data 1. Okay, so this is a list, but I have to talk about this list because now you have to like you are you can use the loop. So maybe you want to change some values in the loop, but uh, you say that okay, data one is equal to data two, but you may think that now we have two lists, but actually there's only one list. Look at this. So I print data one and I print data two. So of course it should be same, both lists, okay? But now you change the values of data one at the first element of data one to uh, double it. Okay, data one zero at index zero is data one at index zero times two. Okay, so uh, print data one. We didn't change anything with data two, but please take a look at this. The data in data two is already changed. The data is data two is already changed because we have only one list here, and we use like in Python, the list is the data, the list is the data, and data one is the reference of this data, reference of this data. So when you use data two equal to data one, it means that data two is also the reference to the same link. So if you change anything with in data one, the data two will be changed because data two refer to the same list with data one. But if you want to create a separate list, you can use this keyword, list data one, because this is the way that you can create a new list using the original list. So the original list is 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you create a new list by using the data of data one, it will be a new list with the same members as data one. So data two will be data one, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, same elements. But now we have two lists. Okay, so look at this. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 is same, right? But once you change the values of data one, once you change the values of data one, the data two will not be changed. So guys, please carefully take a look at this list keyword. The list function will create the new list using the same members of the original one. So guys, that's I think for the tips and tricks, I think I'll tell you a lot of things. So please enjoy watching this one. Okay, goodbye.